1 year into the marriage, my billionaire CEO husband and I still slept in separate bedrooms, politeness frozen into ice. I kept wondering whether he had performance anxiety and was quietly drafting a divorce settlement that would let me walk away with half the sterling fortune and a peaceful retirement. Suddenly, lines of blood-red live commentary floated right in front of my eyes. Foolish girl! Your husband isn't impotent, he's terrified he'll break you. Every night he takes a cold shower while staring at your photo, eyes red from holding back, and you're planning to run off with the money? I can't bear to watch. If wifey won't make a move, hubby's going to implode. Before we continue, please subscribe to this channel and tell us in the comments section where you're tuning in from. Our first wedding anniversary. My billionaire CEO husband, Ethan, and I were still in separate bedrooms. The Sterling Manor was so vast you could hear your own echo. I lay on the huge bed, hugging a pillow, wrestling with a serious philosophical question. Does this count as conjugal widowhood? A year ago, when my family's company was bleeding cash, I'd been offered up as the sacrificial bride to the most powerful man in Riverdale, Ethan. Rumor called him ruthless, allergic to women, a walking iceberg in a human money press. On our wedding night he'd studied me with eyes as deep as an ancient well and asked only one thing, "Are you afraid of me?" I'd trembled like a chick and nodded. Then he'd moved to his private study, 365 days ago. Except for our public love act, we'd spoken fewer than 100 private sentences. I sighed, fished my phone from the nightstand, and opened the calculator. 1% of Sterling Group's market cap. How many zeros was that? Divorce. I must divorce. Take the fortune, keep 100 pool boys, party every night and reclaim my lost youth. While I was lost in that blissful future, a thick, blood-red line of text drifted across my vision. Idiot! Host, you magnificent idiot! I shot upright and looked around in terror. The room was empty. Hallucination? Have I been crunching numbers too late? I rubbed my eyes and lay back, only for more creepy red commentary to scroll past. LMAO, she thinks the CEO is frigid and wants to flee. Girl, you have no clue what your husband is packing. He hasn't touched you because he's afraid he'd wreck that petite body on the wedding night. Every night he takes a cold shower while watching your surveillance feed, eyes scarlet for restraint, and you're plotting to bolt with the cash? Hey, it's a photo, not surveillance. Don't spread rumors. Though yeah, he'd totally do that. My pupils earthquaked. Surveillance? Photos? Cold showers? What raunchy nonsense. I stared at the endless stream of comments, heart hammering. What's happening? Is there a screen inside my brain? The host can finally see us. So touching. Don't be scared, wifey. We're viewers from a higher dimension. We can see through your eyes and monitor the male lead's real state. Think of us as your built-in cheat code. Cheat code? I eyed the so-called audience, half believing. So you're saying Ethan isn't impotent? Pfft, sorry, couldn't hold it. Impotent? The man is a walking stud. The way he reins himself in kills me. Every time I see that leash on a tiger look, I want to kick the door in and shove wifey into his arms. He endures explosion-level desire just to protect you, and you think he's sick and plan to run. Tragedy of the century. I was stunned. Ethan? The man who glanced at me like it was a board meeting agenda? Who wore immaculate suits buttoned to the throat and radiated back off? Secretly pining for me, so miserably? Impossible, absolutely impossible. This plot is insane. The comments seem to read my mind. Don't buy it? Sneak to his private study and see for yourself. Tip, he just finished a transnational call and is staring at your photo right now. Bet you a bag of spicy sticks, his gaze is literally liquefying. Leak gaze? My cheeks combusted. Go, or don't go. If it was true, the image alone steamed my face. If it was false? Running to his study at midnight would prove I'd lost my mind. More bulletins scrolled. Go! Hesitation equals defeat. Fortune favors the bold. Claim him tonight. Hurry and verify whether the legendary stallion waist is real. St. Stallion waist? My face detonated. In the end, curiosity beat social suicide. I inhaled, slunk out of bed, left my fluffy slippers behind, and tiptoed across the cold floor toward the forbidden zone, his private study. The door stood ajar, spilling warm light. Holding my breath, I pressed my eye to the crack. Ethan sat at the massive desk, back toward me. Black silk robe, belt loosely knotted, bearing the graceful column of his neck and a slice of sculpted back. Broad shoulders, narrow waist, long legs crossed, even seated, the proportions screamed excess. I'd tap that back view all day. Wifey, check his laptop screen. Following the cue, I tilted until I could see. It wasn't spreadsheets or contracts filling the monitor. It was a zoomed-in photo of me. At some gala, head bowed over a mini cake, cream smearing my lip while I blissfully chewed. A candid. When had he even taken it? Then Ethan moved. He lifted a long finger and, millimeters above the glass, traced the smear of virtual cream on my lips. The gesture was unbearably slow, reverent. After that came a faint, strangled sigh, packed with loss, longing, and pain. Ah, he traced it. Traced the screen. Still just pixels, yet it's dripping with lust. Save me, his Adam's apple bobbed. He's holding back so hard it hurts. CEO inner monologue, my Skylar, when will you smile at me like that? When can I wipe the cream off your lips myself? My heart felt clenched by an invisible fist, breathing stalled. The bulletins had spoken truth. The man whose default temperature was sub-zero was alone at midnight, mooning over my photo like a worshipper, and looking breakable. What did I overlook this entire year? While I spiraled, my foot slipped. My kneecap banged the door, *thud star. In the hush it sounded like a gunshot. Ethan stiffened, then snapped his head around, predator eyes nailing the doorway. Who's there? The voice was arctic, laced with irritation at being disturbed. I nearly bolted. Run? Are you nuts? March in. Say you're sleepwalking. Say you brought milk. Anything. Just tell him you missed your hubby. Missed my hubby, yeah, right. Blank brain, reflexes in charge. I shoved the door, rubbed my eyes, and spoke in a drowsy slur, sweetheart. I'm thirsty. I wanted to bite my tongue off. Epic excuse, full marks. ROTFLMAO. Look at him, he's frozen. Peeking through my lashes, I watched perfect marble features turn to incredulity. Behind him the laptop still glowed on my cream lip selfie. The air crystallized. 1 second. 2 seconds. Slam, he snapped the laptop shut so hard the rush of air fluttered my hair. Rising, he stalked toward me, tall frame a walking eclipse. Instinctively I stepped back. Don't retreat. Pounce. He's coming. Is he gonna kiss her? He stopped 1 pace away. I had to Ellis to glimpse his face. Backlit, jawline clenched so tight it twitched. Thirsty? His baritone rasped. Kitchen's downstairs. Translation: what are you doing in my private study? I. Plant emoji, densest organism on Earth. He panicked. He's terrified he'll lose control. Wifey, keep flirting, ask if he wants a drink too. Cornered, I played on. I caught the sleeve of his robe between 2 fingers and gave a tiny shake. But, it's dark. I'm scared. My voice came out syrupy enough to coat pancakes. Goosebumps rose on my own arms. Ethan went rigid. I sensed his fingers curling inside the sleeve. She touched him. Touchdown. CEO's CPU is overheating, pulse 180 guaranteed. Look at his fist. Wants to grab her but doesn't dare, look at the tremble lol. I glanced down. His other hand was bald, veins bulging as if anchoring him to the planet. So it was true. He wasn't indifferent, just Herculean at restraint. A wicked thrill bubbled up. Time to stoke the fire. Sweetheart, I lifted my lashes, voice honey dripping. Come with me, okay? His inhale hitched. I clearly heard the gulp. Game over. Shield integrity failing. Any second now the beast breaks free. Switch from frost to feral. I braced, meeting his gaze. Once glacial irises now hosted twin infernos, heat nearly swallowing me whole. He stared like a cage-crazed wolf on the verge of snapping the bars. Just when I thought he'd vault the line, a woman's voice drifted in. Ethan, I stewed bird nest soup for you, are you? Lillian stood in the doorway, tray in hand, smile solidifying into ice the instant she saw me clutching Ethan's sleeve. Lillian, Ethan's childhood sweetheart, is now his chief executive assistant. She's also the true heroine who, in the original novel, replaced me as Mrs. Sterling. Oh snap, the White Lotus has arrived. High energy alert. Classic So Discord scene loading. She's totally about to say, Skylar, what are you doing here? Am I interrupting Ethan's work? Sure enough, Lillian rearranges her expression in record time, putting on a look of gentle concern. Oh, Skylar, what are you doing here? You're not disturbing Ethan while he's working, are you? He's very focused and hates to be interrupted. Polite on the surface, the words are a declaration of ownership and a subtle jab at my manners. Old me would have awkwardly let go of Ethan's arm. But now, armed with the live commentary cheat codes, there's no way I'm letting her win. Check out that little scheme, her face is an open book. Don't wimp out, wifey. Fire back, I'm in my husband's study, what's it to you? No, fight magic with magic. Mimic the White Lotus tone. I roll my eyes and a plan clicks. Instead of letting go, I snuggle even closer, half my body pressed against Ethan. He turns to stone beneath me. Ignoring his stiffness, I tilt my head and give Lillian an apologetic, slightly ditzy smile. Emery, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt my husband. I put extra syrup on the word husband. I just had a nightmare and got scared, so I came looking for him. I even pout for dramatic effect and peek at Ethan from the corner of my eye. Beautiful. Retreat to advance, flawless. The word husband is a critical hit. Look at Lillian, she's green. Lillian's complexion does look nauseous, but she keeps smiling. I see. My mistake. Well. Ethan, I'll leave the bird nest soup here. Drink it while it's hot. She moves to set the tray on the side table. Here comes the follow-up. She's gonna accidentally spill the soup on the host. Then act all flustered so Ethan thinks you're petty and dramatic. Warning sirens blare in my head. The instant she angles the tray toward me, I yelp and fling myself into Ethan's arms. Honey, I'm scared. The scalding bird nest soup splashes, every last drop, onto Ethan's outrageously expensive silk robe. His chest is rock hard and burning. Through the thin fabric I feel his muscles lock and his heart thunder. His arms reflexively clamp around my waist, shielding me. A crisp cedar scent, mixed with his blazing heat, cocoons me. My face bursts into flames hotter than the soup. Holy cow! Lightning reflexes, wifey. She dodged and initiated a love dive. Ethan, thanks for the assist. Lillian. Lillian stands frozen, empty bowl in hand, face bloodless. Ethan. I didn't mean to. Ethan doesn't even glance her way. All his attention is on the trembling bundle in his arms. He dips his head, dark eyes bottomless, voice tight with fear. Did it burn you? I shake my head against his chest, voice muffled. No, you blocked it. He exhales like a man reprieved, yet his arms cinch tighter. When he lifts his gaze to Lillian, the softness is gone, replaced by Arctic steel. Get out. The words are quiet, edged in ice. Tears swim in Lillian's eyes. Ethan, really, I only wanted. I set out. He cuts her dead, tone sub-zero. And don't call me Ethan again. Mrs. Sterling doesn't like it. OMG. Protective hubby mode activated. Mrs. Sterling doesn't like it, I'm screaming. You heard the man. Sam, scram. Cheeks blotched red and white, Lillian bites her lip, whirls away, and flees down the hall, muffled sobs trailing behind. It's just Ethan and me now. And his robe, soaked and plastered to his chest. The air shifts, thick and electric. I finally realize I'm still glued to him and try to step back. The arm around my waist doesn't budge. Don't move, he growls, low and commanding. I freeze. Don't move? What's he planning? Is he gonna kiss her? Is he? At this tension level, a kiss is legally required. I gulp, heart ricocheting in my chest. Ethan lowers his head until I can count every long, thick lash and see the dark current swirling in his eyes. My lids flutter shut. No kiss. Instead, a ragged whisper lands on my hair. The floor's cold, put on shoes. Me? I open my eyes to find him staring at my bare feet. Dude. I unzipped for shoe duty. Ethan, are you even male? Worried about cold feet right now? He's scared one kiss would snap his control and send her running. I'm torn between laughter and despair. How much self-restraint can one man stockpile? He releases me, pulls my fluffy slippers from the shoe cabinet, squats, and sets them at my feet. His hand lifts to guide my ankle, then jerks back as if my skin is molten. LOL, he won't even touch her foot. Ruthless CEO turned blushing schoolboy, I'm dead. Wifey, thrust that foot at him, do it. Bad idea sparkles in my brain. I wiggle my toes, brushing his knuckles with my big toe. Ethan jolts like he's been tasered. He snaps upright, eyes ablaze, breathing ragged. Skylar! It's half warning, half plea. He's losing it. Play with fire, girl, I'm here for it. His ears, look! Tomato red. Victory bubbles inside me. Teasing this iceberg is officially my new hobby. I slip the slippers on slowly, stand, and poke the wet fabric clinging to his chest. You're soaked, I say. A rough grunt, muscles coil tighter. You'll catch cold. I tilt my head, all innocence. Let me take it off for you. The room combusts. Comments explode. Damn, wifey's making her move. Is this still free to air? Ethan, hold the line, actually, don't. He's granite, eyes volcanic, disbelief, hunger, war. Do you know what you're saying? Horse, scraped raw. Sure. I blink, hook a finger under his loosened belt. Let me help. One flick and the sash surrenders. The robe slides open, revealing carved pecs and washboard abs. Water droplets race over ridges, disappearing beneath the low tie of pajama pants. Ahab alert! That V-line, send help. He's cooked, totally cooked. My face could fry eggs. Even with commentary buffering, the live view is overwhelming. Ethan's breath shatters. He seizes my wrist in a steel grip. Skylar! A lion's snarl, veins throbbing at his temples. Stop pushing. His stare is feral, ready to devour. I shrink, bravado flickering. Don't chicken out, he's a paper tiger. The louder the roar, the deeper the love. Finish him, confess you like him back. Admit I like him? We just graduated from to foreplay, speed of light. While I hesitate, Ethan's phone blares. The spell snaps, he spins away, spine rigid. Yes? He barks, still panting, voice iciest winter. I watch the broad back rise and fall. Seriously? Who's the mood killer? That's the Sterling estate, Eleanor incoming. Eleanor, Grandma Dragon. In the source novel she loathes the pretty but hollow bride and engineers multiple divorces. I understand. He ends the call, Arctic composure slammed back into place. Robe retied, face a glacier. Grandmother wants us at the estate tomorrow. Okay. My stomach dips. Sleep early. 3 clipped words, then the bathroom door shuts and the cold shower starts. Cold shower round 2, poor dude. The wife's last hit was brutal, our CEO almost short-circuited. I feel for our DPS going nuclear while the enemy turret still stands. I stared at the firmly shut bathroom door, my heart a tangle of flavors. Tonight's probing raid had basically dropped epic loot. I'd not only verified the live commentary was real, I'd watched the iceberg totter on the edge of total meltdown. But Eleanor's summons hit like a bucket of ice water, snapping me awake at once. Tomorrow's hongmen banquet would be no cakewalk. Don't be scared, wifey, we've got your back. Sam will definitely tag along tomorrow, ready to cry witch in front of the old lady. When the soldiers come we send a general, when the flood hits we build a dam. We'll live stream her inner soap for you. Watching those noisy messages roll, my unease thinned out. With a squad of voice throwers and cheat engines behind me, going back to the old mansion suddenly felt less terrifying. I even, sort of looked forward to it. Looked forward to seeing Ethan's face the instant I ripped Lillian's schemes open in front of him. The next day, in the car to the Sterling estate, Ethan and I sat side by side in the back, a whole DMZ of air between us. He stared straight ahead, profile cut from chilled steel, radiating a force field of keep out. If I hadn't seen him lose control last night, I'd have sworn again he felt nothing for me. TSK TSK TSK, back to ice mode. He's definitely rewinding her tease from last night, inner tsunami warning. Peeking at his mental script, whoa, Skylar's dress today is killer, wanna yank her close and kiss her stupid. Me, I glanced down at my champagne knee-length dress and felt my cheeks ignite. Still thinking, Grandma's gonna go for her throat, how do I shield her without looking obvious? Save me, how is this CEO so pure? If you love her, let her know, man. I sneaked a peek and collided with his gaze. Dark, deep, laced with a thread of Alex I almost missed. He jerked his eyes away, cleared his throat, voice wooden, Grandma has a temper. Don't take what she says to heart. A preemptive vaccination? Warmth trickled through me, I nodded. I know. Soon the car rolled through the gates of the Sterling estate. A stately Chinese courtyard, old money grandeur in every beam. We stepped out and Butler greeted us. Young master, young madam, the madam and Morgan are waiting in the great room. Sam was indeed here. Here we go, our Rena opens. She's already recolored the story for Grandma, now she baits the hook. I threaded my arm through Ethan's, inhaled, and walked in. In the great room an old lady in a dark red cheapao, hair silvered but spine forged of chromium, occupied the main chair, no anchor needed for awe. The Sterling anchor, Eleanor. Sam perched at her feet, dutifully kneading her legs. The instant we entered she rose, smile immaculate, triumph tucked in the corner of her eyes. Ethan, Skylar, you're here. Eleanor lifted one eyelid, scanned me like an X-ray, zeroed in on my hand curled around Ethan's arm, and snorted. So you remember the way home, Grandma? Ethan inclined his head half an inch, shifting to shield me. Good afternoon, Grandma. I chirped obediently. Humph. She raised her teacup, blew aside the foam. Save the title. A Sterling daughter-in-law does not skitter to a man's study in pajamas at midnight and drench her husband with scalding bird nest soup. The air froze solid. Sam stood aside, eyes demurely down, the perfect I'm just a messenger White Lotus. Called it, tattle script activated. With talent like that she should be writing novels. Wife, stay cool, deliver the lines we fed you. I sneered inwardly, layered my face with the exact recipe of grievance and panic, stepped forward, and let go of Ethan. My eyes reddened. Grandma, I'm so sorry, it's all my fault. My sudden confession stunned the room. Ethan's brows gathered, he started to speak but I cut him off with a look. Even Eleanor blinked, she'd braced for denial. You admit it? Yes, I choked, nodding vigorously. I was careless. I let Emery carry the soup, and when it spilled my husband got burned. I never mentioned Sam's slip, only my own carelessness. Brilliant. Confess first, seize the moral high ground. Sam's face? That's not in my script. Sam panicked, blurted, Madam, it's not your fault. I lost my grip. It's your fault. I cried, tears on cue. Emery, I know you didn't mean it, but why didn't you tell me your wrist was still sprained? If I'd known, how could I let you carry something so hot? I rushed over and seized her wrist. Look, it's still swollen, it's all my fault for being so oblivious. OMG, counter kill. Lethal! Flips the blame and slaps her with working while injured. Sam's brain, since when is my wrist sprained? Sam went parchment white, tried to yank free. I clamped on. Every gaze pinned her injured wrist. Eleanor's eyes narrowed to blades. Ethan's stare iced over. Sprained wrist? He demanded, voice sub-zero. Explain. Sam stammered, drowning. No, Ethan, Still denying? I clutched her hand, face a mask of anguish. Emery, dedication is admirable, but not at the cost of your health. Last night your grip failed, didn't it? If Ethan hadn't shielded me, I'd be the one blistered. 3 info nukes. 1. Sam worked hurt. 2. That caused the spill. 3. Ethan took the burn for me. All liability peeled off me, plus a bonus PDA. Wife 666. Give this woman an Oscar. She's checkmated, admit no injury and she purposely splashed soup, admit injury and she concealed it. Dead either way, ha ha ha. Eleanor's expression could have cracked granite. She wasn't born yesterday, the stink of scheme reeked. She flicked a glacial glance at the faint red patch on Ethan's chest. Lillian, she intoned, voice stripped of warmth, since you're injured, take leave and recuperate. Translation, exile from Sterling Power Central. Color drained from Sam's face, she looked at Ethan, pleading. Grandmother. Ethan, he didn't spare her a flicker. Instead he pulled my hand, inspected it, murmured, why so cold? He enclosed my icy fingers in his warm palm, casual intimacy on full display, final spike through Sam's heart. She staggered, tears gushing, and ran. War without gunpowder, flawless victory. So satisfying. Slap the White Lotus, swift, precise, ruthless. Check his eyes, he's thinking, my wife is magnificent. Eleanor studied our linked hands, expression softening a micron. Enough drama. Since you're here, stay for lunch. She thumped her cane and ascended the stairs alone. Only Ethan and I remained. I tried to retract my hand. Curtain, time to break character. He held tighter. Acting? He asked low, eyes glinting Alex. Last night, was that acting too? Last night. Say no. Tell him it was real. Hesitate and he'll sprint for the cold shower. Of course not. I blurted, Cameron, meeting his gaze. Last night, right now, it's all real. His breath hitched. Pressure around my fingers increased. Real, as in you want to undress me? He rasped, lids heavy. My face combusted. Was he still cataloging that? Real, as in I want us to build a life, I whispered, dodging. He studied me, seas of emotion roiling, then swallowed hard and simply murmured, But his hand never let go. At lunch Eleanor remained frosty but fired no new rounds. Afterward she summoned Ethan to his private study for a one-on-one. I wandered the Sterling Manor gardens, the commentary bubbled back up. The crones brainwashing him, divorce Skylar, marry Sam. Relax, he won't bite. Hey wifey, bombshell scoop. Ethan's billfold holds your snapshot. I froze mid-step. For real? Cross our hearts. It's your mugshot ID, the adorably ugly one. He carries it everywhere. Treasure level. My heart hiccuped. That ID photo I thought looked like a wanted poster? He keeps it in his wallet? A fizzy, sweet-sour swirl erupted inside. Wifey, wanna see with your own eyes? Yes. Chance. He's coming downstairs, manufacture a beautiful accident. I looked up, Ethan was descending from the second-floor terrace. Manufacture how? Pretend you twisted your ankle. Fall into his arms, then accidentally knock his billfold out. Hurry, he's almost here. Heart hammering, I braced myself, aimed my trajectory, and let my ankle buckle. Ah! Eyes shut, I pitched forward like a missile seeking its target. Instead of the expected granite chest, I landed in a warm, steady cradle. Ethan caught me perfectly. I inhaled the cedar scent rolling off him, felt his breathing turn jagged. What happened? Anxiety colored his voice. My ankle, I whimpered, scrunching my face in mock agony. Performance grade, A+. Now, wallet strike. While moaning, I squirmed just enough for my elbow to connect with the inner breast pocket of his jacket. Click! A black leather billfold landed on the grass. We did it! Quick, before he realizes, open it. I wriggled, trying to squirm out of his arms, but he only pulled me tighter. Stay still, let me look. Without another word, he scooped me up in a bridal carry. Me? Holy crap, bridal carry. I'm dead, such alpha energy. Her face is as red as a tomato, lol. My brain short-circuited. I didn't know where to put my hands or feet, so I stiffly hooked my arms around his neck. His arms were solid, his stride steady, he didn't strain at all. I could feel the scorching heat of his chest, the strong, steady thud of his heart. He carried me to a nearby bench and set me down with care. Then he crouched, slipped off my stiletto, and cradled my ankle. His palm burned, the skin along my ankle tingled. Does it hurt here? He asked, pressing lightly. I mumbled, eyes fixed on the billfold lying in the grass. Go pick it up. Ethan didn't even glance that way. He focused on my ankle, fingers long and sure yet gentle. I'm dying, wallet. Your wallet, bro. He saw it. He just doesn't dare look. He's scared she'll discover the secret inside. Silly man. Thinking fast, I pointed. Oh, honey, your billfold fell. Ethan's fingers paused. He followed my finger, and for a split second his expression flickered. He said flatly, making no move to retrieve it. Aren't you going to get it? What if it goes missing? I pressed. He lifted his gaze, his eyes were complicated. It won't. He's rattled, totally rattled. He'd rather lose the wallet than let her peek. I rolled my eyes and decided to act myself. Bracing on the bench, I started to stand. I'll grab it for you. Don't move. He pinned me down, voice absolute. Then, under my watch, he stood, strolled over, snatched the billfold without looking, and shoved it straight back into his pocket, one smooth motion, zero chance for me to intercept. Mission failed. This guy's guard is insane. No worries, wifey, next time. I deflated, and a real throb pulsed through my ankle. Seems I'd actually twisted it. Ow, I hissed. Hurts? He crouched again, brows knitted. I'm taking you to St. Camillus. It's fine, just a twist. Ice and rest. No. He scooped me up once more and stalked toward the parking lot. I can walk. Shut up. He carried me across the entire Sterling Manor Gardens while staff gaped like fish. I buried my face in his shirt, certain I'd never live this down. Embarrassed? He's claiming you. CEO Sterling telling the world, I spoil what's mine. So sweet, this possessiveness is killer. He bundled me into the car, whisked me to St. Camillus, got an x-ray, iced the ankle, staying glued to my side the whole time. Anyone would think my leg was broken. The doctor called it a mild sprain, rest a few days. Night had fallen by the time we left. On the ride back I leaned against the window, watching Riverdale's neon streak past, everything feeling surreal. In a single day Ethan and I had rocketed to whatever this was. All thanks to those magical live commentaries. As I pondered, he suddenly spoke. Skylar. No more acting in front of me. My heart lurched. Had he noticed? Tell me what you want, money, connections, anything. He misunderstood. He thinks today was a hustle for benefits. Blockhead, she's trying to capture you. I felt both wronged and amused. This man was an emotional brick. I turned, meeting his eyes. And if what I want is you? If what I want is you? The air inside the car solidified. Ethan's knuckles whitened on the wheel. Tires shrieked as he braked at the curb. He twisted toward me, stare turbulent. What did you say? His voice cracked. Direct hit. Wifey's alpha mode. Nuke level line, his CPU fried. Look at that face, shock, disbelief, plus ecstasy. His gaze pinned me, goosebumps rose, but there was no taking it back. I lifted my chin. I want you. Not your money, not the perks of being Mrs. Sterling, just you, Ethan. Silence. Only our ragged breathing filled the space. His eyes were a storm, wild hope, doubt, struggle, and something fragile. Like a wanderer spotting an oasis after too long in the desert, terrified it's a mirage. Why? He rasped. A year ago you were scared of me, because back then I only knew the rumors, cold, ruthless, unreachable. Of course I was scared. And now? Now, I smiled, I know volcanoes hide beneath icebergs. My gaze drifted to his tense mouth, meaning hung in the air. His inhale hitched, flames burst free in his eyes. He leaned in, towering, the scent of him swallowing me. Skylar, he bit out, do you realize you're playing with fire? I'm not playing. I lifted my face. I'm dead serious. Sparks crackled between us. Just when I thought he'd kiss me, he stopped a breath away. Forehead to forehead, his ragged exhale fanned my skin, veins corded at his temples, lashes trembling with restraint. Not enough, he rasped. You don't know how bad, how obsessive, how Alex I can be. I'm terrified I'll scare you, hurt you. Ugh, he still can't. He loves so humbly he thinks he's unworthy. Idiot, he has no idea how amazing he is. His raw confession clenched my heart. All this distance had been armor, not rejection. He saw himself as a beast, me as fragile glass, so he built a wall to protect me. Go on, hug him. He needs it so badly. I slid my arms around his neck and pulled him closer. I'm not afraid. I brushed his ear. And I'm no porcelain doll. Ethan, give me a chance, give us a chance. Let's start over, okay? His body locked. Jamie, was that a hot drop on my neck? A tear? Before I could look he crushed me to his chest, as though to fuse me to his bones. Okay. One word, carrying every ounce of yearning he'd caged for a year. Back at the manor the air had shifted. He still deposited me in my bedroom, but at the door he paused. Rest that ankle. He turned, stopped. Skylar. Yeah, good night, good night. Watching him head for his private study, I grinned like a fool. Still separate bedrooms, but vibes totally different. From icy courtesy to sizzling tension in one day. Go wifey, master bedroom next. Lying back, I relived it all, floating. I grabbed my phone to text BFF but found dozens from her already. Skylar! Check trending, Lillian that witch. My stomach dipped. I opened Weibo. Top of the feed, hashtag Sterling CEO assistant Lillian works despite sprain hashtag. Inside, Lillian at St. Camillus, wrist bandaged, captioned via her alt account, just a minor twist, yet someone claims I did it on purpose and wants me benched. The world hates diligent workers. Bots and clueless netizens pitted her and slammed Mrs. Sterling as vicious and jealous. Damn White Lotus pulling strings again. She's playing victim to wreck your rep and force a divorce. Don't worry, we have receipts. Then a banner shot across the comment section. Rush to the study, Ethan's on the phone handling it. He's ready to declare war on the world for you. Heart hammering, I hobbled to the study. The door stood ajar. I froze at the threshold at the sound of Ethan's glacial voice. 30 minutes. I want that headline and that account gone. Find out which outlet took the photo, which hospital leaked info. By sunrise I don't want them employed anywhere. Reason? A cold laugh dripped with annihilating obsession. They upset my wife. Is that reason enough? They upset my wife. Is that reason enough? The words, tyrannical, possessive, absolute, slammed into my chest. I stood rooted, blood icing over. So this was the bad and Alex he'd warned about? For me, without asking why or caring about fallout, he would erase anyone who'd annoyed me. This wasn't obsession. It was the highest, most exclusive form of love in the world, reserved solely for me. Ah! I'm dead. You've upset my wife. What kind of god-level line is that? This is apex predator love. No logic, only bias. Wifey! What are you waiting for? Storm in there. It was as if I'd been bewitched. I pushed the door open. Ethan stood at the floor-to-ceiling window, one hand in his pocket, the other holding his phone. Moonlight carved the cold, sharp lines of his profile. Hearing the noise, he turned. The instant he saw me, he ended the call. The savagery in his eyes melted into panic. Why are you up? Does your foot still hurt? He strode toward me. I didn't answer. I only looked at him and walked, step by step, closer, limping, but unwavering. Skylar? Sensing something off, he stopped, brows knitting tight. I halted in front of him. Ellis, meeting the depths of his eyes. Ethan, I heard every word you just said. His body froze, a flicker of fluster shot through his gaze, like a kid caught red-handed. Do you think, I cut in softly, that the way you are is? Alex? He pressed his lips shut, saying nothing, but the clenched line of his jaw said it all. I smiled. I lifted both arms, circled his waist, and pressed my cheek to his burning chest. Not Alex at all. I felt it clearly, the instant I held him, his rigid frame shivered. I only feel safe. Ethan, I don't want you restraining, don't want you enduring. I tipped my head, looked straight into his shaken eyes, and enunciated every word. I want you, your truest self. Now, hold me. Those 3 words were the key that snapped the last lock. The final barricade called reason in Ethan's eyes collapsed. The next second he cupped the back of my head and crushed his mouth to mine, a kiss that blotted out the sky. It wasn't tender. It was a year and more of looting, of conquest, of craving gone berserk. He pried my lips apart, stormed every inch, gave me no space to breathe. The scent of cedar mixed with the flavor that was only him, swallowing me whole. My mind blanked. I could only cling to him and weather the hurricane. I don't know how much time passed before he pulled back a fraction, forehead glued to mine, both of us gasping. The tails of his eyes were red, pupils blazing wildfire. Skylar, he rasped, voice thick, you little liar. You're obviously more Alex. He chuckled low, the sound indecently sexy. Then he bent and scooped me into his arms. This time he didn't head for my bedroom. He headed for the master suite, the real bridal chamber that belonged to us both. The main feature starts now. I've waited a whole year for this. Lock them in. I've swallowed the key. He laid me gently on the vast bed, his tall frame followed, caging me. Back out now and you still can, he said, eyes drenched in lust, giving me one last choice. I smiled, hooked his neck, and initiated the kiss myself. I never regret. Outside, the bashful moon slid behind a cloud. The night stretched, long, so long. The iceberg thawed completely, the volcano erupted in full. I finally learned, firsthand, what the live commentary meant by "you have no idea what your husband is capable of." I woke the next morning to a dull, sweet ache. The instant I opened my eyes I met a pair of smiling, bottomless pupils. Ethan lay on his side, head propped on one hand, watching me without blinking. Morning light filtered through the curtain crack, gilding his handsome face in soft gold. Gone was the usual frost and self-restraint. Right now he was languid, sated, a lion who'd feasted. "Morning," he said, voice husky with sleep, ridiculously sexy. My face combusted. Last night's frantic, out-of-control scenes flooded my brain on fast-forward. She's up. Wifey's awake. Look at that doting stare. I'm dead again. Rough night, huh? Check out her blushing little face. Mortified, I yanked the quilt over my head. Don't hide. He laughed softly, dragged me and the blanket into his arms. Skylar, look at me. I poked only my head out, not daring to meet his gaze. He pinched my chin and forced eye contact. Were you scared last night? I nodded honestly, then shook my head just as fast. Scared, yes, a little. But more than that, an unprecedented swoon and addiction. He seemed pleased. He dropped a light peck on my lips. You'll get used to it, gradually. Ah! It's not even 8 a.m. You'll get used to it. What a carnal line. Official announcement. CEO Sterling has switched from Ice King to Walking Hormone. I was so flustered I grabbed a change of topic. Lillian, how's the trending mess handled? He said it flatly, like swatting a gnat. From now on, no person, no thing, gets to upset you. While speaking he toyed with a lock of my hair, possessiveness undisguised. I picked up my phone and opened Twitter. Sure enough, last night's trending tag had vanished. Lillian's alt account showed user not found. In its place soared a new hashtag. Hashtag Paygroup C Ethan, my wife, my rules hashtag. Inside was a post from the conglomerate's official account, uploaded at 3 a.m., no caption beyond the pic. In it Ethan was bending over, carefully icing my ankle, gaze gentler and more focused than I'd ever seen. The single comment, my wife, my rules. The thread had already blown up. Holy crap! Official flex? He's backing his missus. So Lillian's smear was fake news? New CEO Sterling wouldn't let wifey suffer. My wife, my rules, so alpha. So sweet. I'm shipping this. What divine love. I stared at that photo and that blunt declaration, heart syrupy with honey. This man had shouted my ownership to the planet in the loudest, most ruthless way, and cut off every escape Lillian had. Like it? He nuzzled my shoulder, chin parked there as we scrolled together. Too loud. I mumbled, yet my grin refused to behave. Not loud enough. He hugged me from behind, lips brushing my ear. I want the whole world to know you're mine. Skylar, you're my only, my once-in-a-lifetime exception. From that day our life flipped into full sweet pamper mode. He quit the study and commandeered half of the master bed. I woke every morning in his arms. I fell asleep every night against his chest. It was as if he meant to repay, double, every missing moment of the past year. He no longer masked his love or his possessiveness. Translation truncated to fit response length. Let me know if you'd like the rest.